Well, silly me. I forgot to check the piece, and of course I didn't put one of the screws down fully. One was fairly loose, and so it come off pretty easy. But I suppose that wasn't the main issue. It was a peppercorn wood that I got from a local school some years ago, and it's a bit like Swiss cheese. It's got holes in it everywhere. I shouldn't have used a faceplate. I should have used a waste block like I finally did, and that kept it more secure. Turned into a bowl, and then the idea was to fill all the holes up with resin. I thought I'd try a few different colours. I had a chocolate, a bronze, blue, green and a peach colour. But I did it when it was a fairly cold day, and it was cold in the shed. I had the heater going, but it was still fairly cold, and I don't think the resin worked too well, or didn't set as well as it should have. The bowl was too big to go into the pressure pot, so I just let it sit there, and of course all the resin didn't fill up all the holes like it would if it was in the pressure pot. Didn't get pressurized into the holes. And when I started turning it with the carbine tools, it threw up a lot of dust, which it normally doesn't if it's cured properly. So I'd say that by doing it in cold weather and not using the pressure pot, it didn't work very well. It was probably a fail, if you want to call it that. And there was still quite a few voids there. The end result wasn't too bad, but there's still a lot of holes which I was hoping to fill up. I don't think the resin set as well as it did, so it's a lesson to read the label and do as the label tells you to do when you pour in resin. It took quite a while to sand it, and at the end I used tung oil. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the bowl. It might end up being a Christmas present or for some lucky person. Don't think I've got anything else. I've got a fair bit of that peppercorn wood. I'm not really sure what I can use it for. I've done a couple of pens with it, but I'm not sure what else I can do. It's as it's drying, as it gets a bit older, it is getting a lot harder. But it's a fairly soft wood, especially for Australian conditions. It's fairly soft and very light. So I'm not really sure what I can use it for. It might end up being firewood if I can't use it. It might end up just being firewood. Anyway, hope you enjoy the video. See you next time. Cheerio.